All right, let's talk about something wild. What if a company decided to bet its entire future not on some hot new product, but on a single cryptocurrency? Today, we are digging into a corporate gamble that is so out of left field, it might just change the whole game for crypto in the business world.
So picture this, right? A publicly traded company just completely pivots. They're building their entire future strategy around one crypto, XRP. And we're not just talking about buying a little bit and hoping it goes up. No. This is a plan to weave it into the very core of their entire operation.
And they are absolutely not just dipping their toes in the water here. They're diving in head first. They've kicked off a new treasury program, and they're committing an initial $20 million to XRP. I mean, that's way more than just a simple investment, right? That is a huge statement of intent.
Okay, but that 20 million, that's really just the appetizer. This strategy is so much bigger, so much more ambitious. So let's unpack this thing and see just how deep this rabbit hole really goes.
All right, so to really get a handle on just how big this bet is, we've got to start with the money. Let's follow the cash.
So beyond that initial treasury investment, this company is already looking at a single deal that's valued at a mind-boggling $100 million. Now, what in the world could a transaction like that even be for?
Well, that $100 million figure, it comes from a potential pre-order for 1,000. That's right, 1,000 electric vehicles from Faraday Future. And the plan is to actually tokenize this massive deal, basically weaving crypto right into a huge purchase of physical assets. Pretty wild.
But, this strategy is so much bigger than just one massive car deal. It's really about integrating XRP into the very DNA of their entire business model.
And just look at how ambitious they're being. I mean, the sheer scope is incredible. They're planning to integrate XRP across this huge range of different consumer areas. We're talking gaming, drinks, travel, food, and of course those EV shales. It really feels like the goal here is to make XRP a part of our everyday lives.
They're also getting super creative with how they get people involved. The plan includes something they're calling digital mining. Now, what that basically means is that customers can earn XRP just by, playing games or interacting with their social media. It's actually a pretty clever way to mix marketing with adoption.
So we've got this massive, super complex crypto strategy, and it all leads to the million-dollar question. Just who is this company? Who's the unlikely player behind all this?
I mean, your first guess is probably a fintech company, right? Or maybe a huge gaming studio, or even an EV maker. But I promise you, the real answer is something you'd never expect.
Get this, the company making this gigantic pivot into digital currency is an agriculture technology company. Yeah, an ag tech company. Talk about a plot twist.
The company's name is Nature's Miracle Holding Inc., and their day job? They make high-tech gear for indoor farming. So think vertical farms, super modern greenhouses, that kind of thing. And knowing that, well, it really drives home just how wild and unconventional this whole XRP strategy is.
Okay, so this of course brings up the most obvious question, right? Why? Why on earth would a company that's all about indoor farming suddenly dive headfirst into crypto? Well, let's take a look at their vision.
The company's chairman and CEO, a guy named James Lai, he actually lays it out pretty clearly. For him, XRP isn't just an investment to sit on. He sees it as a functional tool, something they can actually use in their day-to-day business for things like marketing and sales.
So the end game here is just incredibly ambitious. Nature's Miracle wants to be a pioneer. They want to be the ones to prove that XRP can be more than just something people trade online, that it can be a real, practical tool for actual, real-world business.
And you know what? This isn't just some internal memo. They're taking this vision and they are shouting it from the rooftops on a global stage.
They're making a huge splash at the upcoming XRP Seoul 2025 Global Conference. And this is a massive event. We're talking over 3,000 people from more than 40 different countries. I mean, if you want to make an announcement, that is the place to do it.
And they're not just showing up to network. No, the CEO of Nature's Miracle, James Lee, is actually a keynote speaker. So he's not sitting in the back row, he's on the main stage, front and center, pitching this whole strategy to the entire global XRP community.
So you're probably wondering, okay, but why Seoul? What's so special about the South Korean market? Well, the answer comes down to one absolutely staggering number.
25 billion. That's the estimated amount of XRP held by the Korean community alone. That makes them the single largest holder outside of the US. So yeah, if you've got a groundbreaking new use for XRP, that is exactly the audience you want to be talking to.
Okay, so let's just recap for a second. We have an ag tech company, a farming tech company, pouring over $20 million into an XRP treasury. They've got this massive plan to weave it into everything from electric cars to video games, and their whole goal is to make XRP a real-world tool for sales and marketing. And they are definitely not being shy about it. They're promoting this vision all over the world.
And all of this leaves us with one final, really big question. Is this move by this totally unexpected ag tech company the blueprint for the future? Is this how crypto finally breaks into mainstream business? Or is it just a fascinating but incredibly risky gamble? I guess we'll have to wait and see.